السلام عليكم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على رسولنا محمد سيد الأولين والآخرين. مدد يا رسول مدد يا سادة أصحاب الرسول دستور حقاني مدد طريقتنا والصحبة والخير في الجميع. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وأطيعوا الله وأطيعوا رسوله الأمر منكم. صدق الله العظيم. Mübarek ayet-i kerimeyi Büyük Şeyh Efendi Şahap Dağıstani Hazretleri çok tekrar ederdi.
This is a holy verse from the Holy Quran which Maulana Granche Abdullah Dastani used to repeat very often.
Allah Azze ve Celle'ye itaat edin, Peygamber Efendimiz'e itaat edin.
Obey Allah Almighty, obey the Prophet, peace be upon him.
Ulul emir olan sizin başınızdaki hükümet, devlet, onlara
and obey those who have authority over you. Obey your government.
İtaat edin. İlk başta tabi Allah Azze ve Celle'nin emrini yerine getirin.
Of course, one should first and foremost obey Allah Almighty and fulfill the orders of Allah Almighty.
Ondan sonra o ulul emir istedikleri zaten itaat etmek.
And then also one should live by the rules of the government. One should live by the rules of those who have authority over you.
Bir kolay yani bazı şeylerde tabi şey olur ama normal insan Müslüman için kendi halinde olduktan sonra ona kimse karışmaz.
And that is what the government expects from you, is to live by their rules. And if you live by their rules, they will leave you alone and you will be able to live an easy life as a Muslim.
Ona kimseye karışmaması için itaat edecek, dünya işlerini geçirip gidecek.
If you want to be left alone by the government and if you want to live a life as a Muslim without anyone to interfere with you, this means that you should also obey and live by the rules of your government, and you should not interfere with what your government says. Live by the rules, and then you will have a way to live easily as a Muslim. Just live by the rules and look for yourself for a way to make a living, and don't ask for anything more beyond that, and do not interfere with the rulings of your government.
Öteki türlü şey yaparsa Büyük Efendi'nin işte bu Şam'da o vakit tabi hükümet kolay bir hükümet değildi ama gene de kimse karşı gelmeyenlere idare edip giderdi.
And Maulana Granche Abdullah Dastani, he used in Damascus, in Syria, and the government back then, it was not an easy government to live under. Nevertheless, if you just followed their rules, they would leave you alone and you could live a life as a Muslim.
Başka kendilerini tehlikeye atıp başkalarını da tehlikeye atmaya ihtiyaç olmaz.
There's no need and there's no requirement to throw yourself and others into danger by interfering with the affairs of the government by not obeying the government.
Onun için itaat edip dünya için kendi kafana göre kalkıp da hükümete karşı, devlete karşı bir hareket yapsan,
there's no need to oppose the government. There's no need to interfere with the affairs of the government for the sake of worldly affairs.
Zaten o makbul değil.
And in the sight of Allah Almighty, it is not acceptable. It is not up to you to oppose the government and to interfere with the affairs of the government for the sake of worldly affairs.
Ne kadar zalim olsa hükümet, yani ona itaat edeceksin.
And it is the ruling of Allah Almighty that even if the government under which you live, even those who have authority over you under which you live, even if they are oppressors, live by their rules.
Ona karşı gelmek gerekmez.
Obey the government, obey your state, and it is not up to you to oppose them and to fight them.
Bu şer'i hükümlerde de aynı şekildedir.
And this is what has been prescribed by the rulings of the Sharia.
İsyan eden, karşı gelen o Allah Azze ve Celle'nin emrine karşı gelmiş olur.
Those who fight their government, those who fight their state, who oppose those who have authority over you, those who come up and rebel and revolt against their government, they are opposing the rules of Allah Almighty.
Mesela ama sana zorla bir şey vermedikten sonra onlara karşı gelmez.
And you should not interfere with the affairs of your government, and unless they do not interfere with your affairs, also do not interfere with them. If they don't force you to do certain things, leave them alone.
İçki içeceksin de zorlamaz tabii.
Do they force you to drink alcohol? They don't force you to drink alcohol, for example.
Hırsızlık yapacaksın, onu da zorlamaz.
Do they force you to be a thief, to commit theft? No, they don't force you to be a thief.
O kendi kafana göre olan şeylerdir.
All those bad things you may complain about are things which you do by yourself through your own initiative.
Ona itaat zaten gerekmez ona. Sen namazını, yazını, maişetini gördükten sonra
normally your government will not force you to do such things. They will leave you alone as long as you play by their rules, as long as you do not interfere with them and follow their rules. And this is what we should be doing. Live by the rules of your government and be a Muslim. Find a way of living for yourself.
Emre karşı fitne yapma, ona karşı gelme.
Do not oppose your government. Do not oppose those who have authority over you. Do not rebel and do not come up against them. Do not cause corruption or discord or fitna against them.
Kendilerine akıllı zannedip bazı insanlar var, hükümete, devlete karşı geliyor.
There are some people who think of themselves to be clever ones, and they oppose and they fight against their governments. They rebel, protest against their states.
Ondan sonra da kendine musibet oluyor, kendine zarar oluyor.
But by doing so, they cause affliction for themselves. They damage and harm themselves.
Etrafına zarar ediyor.
And moreover, they harm those around them.
O vakit bir sevap değil, günah kazanmış oluyor.
And by doing so, they are not obtaining rewards. Instead, they are obtaining sins.
Çünkü Müslümanın hali dünya için zarar vermemesi lazım.
A Muslim should not be after worldly affairs, and a Muslim should not cause harm or damage for the sake of this world.
Dünya için verilen zarar Allah Azze ve Celle katında makbul değildir.
Allah Almighty does not accept you as a Muslim to do harm or damage for the sake of this world.
Ona günah sayılır.
If you cause harm and damage, it is a sin.
Şimdiki zamanın modası her tarafta mızırlık çıkarıp devlete karşı, hükümete karşı yapar.
However, we now live in a time during which it has become fashionable to cause harm, to fight the government, to rebel, and to come up against one's government, to oppose those who have authority, and to come up against the state.
Onun bir faydası yok.
But there is no benefit in doing so.
Zararı var.
There's only harm and damage in it.
İlk başta yapanlara
there's harm and damage for those who uprise against their government.
Zarar oluyor. Onlara kötülük oluyor. Allah indinde de makbul olmuyor.
It is going to cause harm and damage to those who do such things, those who come up against their governments. They harm themselves, and moreover, in the divine presence, in the sight of Allah Almighty, they're gaining sins.
Allah kimi tayin ettiyse Müslüman ona tabi olacak, ona yolunda
As a Muslim, one should accept the government that has been appointed and live by the rules of those appointed government, of that appointed government.
O yolda gidecek. Yani ondan etse de etmese de bu Allah Azze ve Celle'nin bir isteğidir. Allah Azze ve Celle'nin başımıza koyduğu bir insandır, devlettir. Onun
So it is as a Muslim, we are required to follow and to obey the government and to live by their rules and to respect their rules, and whether and regardless of who they are. As Muslims, we must accept them and say that they have been appointed by the will of Allah Almighty, and we must not come up against them. Instead, we must obey them.
Söylediklerini söylediklerine karışmamak lazım.
And to obey them means to not interfere with their affairs.
İster söylemesin, sen itaat edip sana bir şey gelmez o vakit.
And if you do not interfere with their affairs, if you play along with the government, they will not touch you.
Zarar gelmez, sen muhafaza altındasın.
You will not be harmed if you do not interfere with their affairs, and you will be under protection.
Karışmasın. Sen mühim şey karışmamak.
And that is the most important thing, to not interfere.
Karışmamak. Allah muhafaza etsin.
Do not interfere.
Yani herkes kendi işine baksın.
May Allah Almighty protect us. Do not interfere. Just take care of your own business. Focus on yourself.
Kendi haline baksın, ailesine baksın.
Look at yourself. Take care of your family.
Yeter. Allah akıl fikir versin insanlara ki
May Allah Almighty give people the ability to think and to reason.
Bir şey yapıyoruz, yapıyoruz zannediyor çoğu insan.
Because people, they think that they are doing something good.
Halbuki ilk başta kendine zarar vermiş oluyor.
But many times those things which they think to be good are harmful first to themselves.
Allah muhafaza etsin.
May Allah Almighty protect us.
Fitnelerden muhafaza etsin. Ahir zamanda yaşıyoruz. Fitneler çoktur.
May Allah Almighty protect us from the corruption and discord and fitna of the time, because we now live in the end of times, and there are many types and various types of fitna going on.
Allah hepimizi korusun, muhafaza etsin.
May Allah Almighty protect us all.
Ve minallah tevfik. El Fatiha.